Hello, my dear students. Here, Assistant Professor Madhuri Deshmukh presents structure of virus. So, welcome in the world of BioCell tutorials. So, let us start without wasting our time. Now, in this part, we are going to discuss about the part of your syllabus, that is the first topic, virus. So let us discuss what is virus. So first of all, I'll clarify you about the virus. The term virus, it is derived from the Latin word which means poison or venom. Venom or venom is nothing but poison. In 1886, Adolf Meyer observed viruses in a tobacco plant and virus were TMV. So, Adolf Meyer in 1886 observed the virus in a tobacco plants and so what? That virus is named as a tobacco mosaic virus. Virus is an ultra microscopic. We cannot observe them with the help of light microscope. So they are ultra microscopic. We can observe only under the electron microscope. Infectious agents, they are metabolically inert and which multiply only with the living cells or host. So friends, what is metabolically inert? We'll discuss here. Means virus, as we know that they are metabolically inert, means they don't require food or any material when they are outside the body or when they are in the universe. Just only after getting the human body or animal body or plant body, they start to multiply inside the living cells. We called it as a host. Then they just forms the crystal like structure when they don't get any host. So this thing is clarified to you. Metabolically inert means what? Okay, now let us see the general characters. Viruses are metabolically inert. Viruses are obligate intracellular parasite. So obligate intracellular parasite means they reside inside the cell and they are parasite because they require host. So we call them as a parasite. They are disease causing. Viruses cannot make energy or protein independently without the help of the host cell. Viruses multiply inside the living cells using the host cell machinery. So friends, earlier only we have discussed that viruses are metabolically inactive, but once when they will get the host cell, they start to multiply. They use the machinery of the host cell. So virus as a living thing or non-living thing, we'll discuss on this. Virus occurs in different strains. Viruses have their own genetic material. So friends, this point should be noted. These viruses have their own genetic material and generally the plant viruses shows the genetic material in the form of RNA. RNA means in the form of RNA. RNA means ribose nucleic acid, and the animal viruses which affect, they shows DNA as well as RNA, but the plant viruses generally shows the genetic material of RNA. So viruses have their own genetic material. It may be in the form of DNA or it may be in the form of the RNA. It may be in the form of even single stranded RNA or double stranded RNA or sometimes single stranded DNA too. Okay, viruses can undergo mutation. So you know that mutation means virus can change their genetic material. They can make the mutation. For example, suppose At the beginning, COVID virus, we can take the example of COVID virus. We know that another one strain also observed in these days, and it also affect on human body. So this is the modified form of the COVID virus because of the mutation. Okay, so they get destroyed by ultraviolet ray. So how we can destroy them? By using the UV rays, ultraviolet rays. Virus can destroy by using the UV rays. Now, so virus is non-living. So afterward, I'll dictate you whether, means you have to conclude whether we have to consider viruses as living or non-living. So please comment me in comment box what do you think about the viruses, whether they are living or non-living. So let's start. They lack a cellular structure, means they don't have a cellular structure. So students, from earlier we are going to study about every living thing is made up of cells, every living thing is made up of cellular structure, but this viruses does not show the cellular structure. They do not respire. As we know that the characteristics of every living organism is respiration, but these viruses do not show any respiratory process. They do not move or grow. They don't move or grow. This is also one of the characteristics of living organism, that is the growth and growth movement too. So these things are not present in virus. They can be crystal structure, crystallized and stored in bottles also as like chemicals. So very amazing information about these viruses, means they just form a crystal like structure. We can store in bottles also like chemicals or oils, as like water bottles, as we stored which salt is like a crystal form, as we stored a salt in a bottle, like that only. They are crystallized structure and we can stored in bottles too. Okay, so they lack the enzyme system and do not have metabolic activity of their own. So we know that every living organism having the enzymes in their body for a continuation of metabolic activity, but these viruses do not have an enzyme system and do not have their metabolic activity, their own metabolic activity. So how they survive? We know that once they enter into the host cells, they start to replicate and they use their machinery and start to metabolite and replicate, reproduce, etc. So what is the habitat of this virus? Viruses are not able to survive without a host cell. Means without host cell they are nothing. They require host cell for their survival. So active viruses reside inside a host body. They are present either in bacterial cell, in animal cell, or sometime in plant cell also. Whatever, their host might be bacterial cell also. We can take an example of bacteriophage. Then they can present in animal cell, or they might present in plant cell also. Means some of the viruses causing the disease to the plants, like a tobacco mosaic virus, it produces the yellowish leaves of tobacco plant. Tomato, means Solanaceae family, it affects, tobacco mosaic virus affect on the Solanaceae family. Now some examples I gave here. Herp virus, which affect on human. TMV affect on the tobacco plant, means Solanaceae plant family. Bacteriophage, which affect on the bacteria. So now let us discuss about the size of viruses. Viruses are very much smaller than that of the bacteria and mycoplasma and anything in the entire world, in the entire universe. They are a very small structure. Viral size ranges from 20 to 1400 nanometer. So see here friends, how much they are small. Poliovirus is just only of 30 nanometer in size. Nanometer is very small unit. Giant mimiviruses are up to 800 nanometer. The giant means huge, and these huge viruses are just of only 800 nanometer size. Now see here, these are the some images of the viruses. Means friends, we can observe that all these viruses do not possess any specific structure. They may be circular shape, means spherical shape, they may be rod shape, they may be spike shape, whatever. Okay, so viral structure. Virus consists of nucleic acid and protein. So structure of viruses, we know that these viruses having their own genetic material, whether it may be in the form of the DNA or in the form of the RNA, and this genetic material is coated with the protein coat capsid. Genome or the nucleic acid is covered by this protein coat. It is called as a capsid. Okay, some viruses have envelope outside the capsid. So some viruses also shows another one membrane or envelope outside the capsid also, another one protecting, we can call it as another one protecting covering of the virus. Capsid without the envelope is called naked. So if any virus which only shows the nucleic acid genetic material and which is coated with the protein, that is called as a capsid, and if there is an absence of envelope, we call it as a naked virus. Okay, this is the structure of coronavirus. So coronavirus showing here envelope, we can observe this is the envelope, this is the nucleocapsid. Capsid means surely it consists of protein. This shows the spike structure which is made up of glycoprotein. This one is the membrane which is also consists of protein, small envelope protein. This is the nucleocapsid protein and genomic single stranded RNA. Here the genetic material which is present here is in the form of the single stranded RNA. The genetic material which is present in the coronavirus is of single stranded RNA. Physical properties already we have discussed here. No need to discuss it again. Okay, so let us see the shape. Tobacco mosaic virus shows the rod shaped structure. Chickenpox virus shows the brick shaped structure. Rabies virus, which is present generally in dogs body, it rabies shows the host, use a host dog, means rabies can present in every living organism once it enter in body of humans too. It the shape of the rabies virus is bullet shaped. HIV virus is spherical shape. Influenza also spherical shape. Tadpole shape shows the bacteriophage, and some viruses are irregular. So I shown here some viruses, shapes of some viruses: rod shape, thread like also, round shape, bullet shape, and this is the robot shape structure. Helical symmetry, there are three types of symmetry: helical, polyhedral and binary symmetry. So I shown here symmetry 2. This is the polyhedral symmetry. Okay, this is the helical symmetry. Rod shape virus shows the helical symmetry. Example, tobacco mosaic virus. Binary symmetry shows by the bacteriophage virus. Okay. So viral capsid, protective protein sheet which surround the viral genome is called as a capsid. Means this capsid consists of protein. It consists of many small units, that is called as capsomere. Capsomere consists of one or many polypeptide chain. Example, herpes simplex consists of 162 capsomeres and adenovirus consists of 252 capsomeres. Okay friends, so today we have discussed general characteristics and general information about the viruses. In next lecture, we'll focus on tobacco mosaic virus, which is the part of your syllabus. So till then, goodbye. Have a good day.